Hello, everyone. This is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. We just got through my 7 days, 7 Rees Halloween series celebrating Halloween Rees. I was going to jump right into Thanksgiving, but you know what? I am still stuck in fall. I love fall. I want to stay with fall. I love the colors, the orange, the burnt orange. Like, oh, look at this color. Love this kind of color. Love fall with the cool air. What's your favorite season? Let me know in the comments right down below. I'm going to say fall has to be my favorite season because my birthday's in the fall too. Anyways, today I'm getting off topic right now. Today I'm going to continue with some fall rees. I'm going to be using the Dollar Tree 6-inch Deco Mesh to create a curly loop Deco Mesh fall wreath. Nice and simple, nice and easy to do, and not over the top. So all of you out there who love to see the Deco Mesh, this wreath is for you. Why don't I just get started and I'll show you what I made. I'm using the 14-inch wire wreath frame today with 6-inch Dollar Tree Deco Mesh in various colors. I'm using 6 rolls along with some 2.5 and 1.5 inch wired ribbon, this metal Happy Fall sign, some pipe cleaners, and of course my regular crafting utensils to create this project today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out my Deco Mesh, and I am using the 7-inch mark to cut this Deco Mesh. Now you can totally just roll it out and cut each piece like I'm showing you here, or what you can do is find something that's 7 inches long. In this case it's a Dollar Tree cutting mat, and then what you can do is you can just roll that entire roll of Deco Mesh right around that 7-inch cutting mat or piece of cardboard or whatever you have. Cut off the excess, hold it in place, and then just use your scissors to cut each of the ends. Now don't remember to just hold those ends in place. Once you cut that, just get rid of the excess that's there. And then you can just start separating them and you have your 7-inch pieces all cut. So a little hack that saves you a lot of time. I'm going to do that for all 6 rolls of the Deco Mesh. Going to use the same mat to cut and then separate each one, creating those 7-inch strips of our Deco Mesh to create our little bundles. And I'm just taking them apart as I go. And to create our bundles, I am going to be using 4 pieces of that Deco Mesh. This is the curly loop method I'm using today. So I'm going to start with the curl side up. It's a lot easier, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to curl it into itself and create a little tube, or as I like to call it on my channel, a little cannoli. And then I'm just going to place it in between my 2 fingers just to hold it in place while I roll the second one. Put that right where the first one is as well. Continue on with my 3rd roll, just rolling it up into that tube shape, and that's creating the curly loop portion of our Deco Mesh wreath. Here's my final one, just going right in between my fingers. Then I'm going to grab a pipe cleaner I cut in half. I'm just going to find the center, create a little V with it, slide it along the palm of my hands, transfer the Deco Mesh to my right hand, and then use my left hand to twist right in the middle there. Give it a couple of good twists, and we have our first bundle all made of that curly loop method. So again, we're using 4 pieces of the Deco Mesh. We're going to curl each one into a little tube or cannoli shape, using my left hand as a placement or holder for all those curls. And then once I got all of my curls ready, grab a pipe cleaner, slide it down, and then give it a couple of really good twists. And I'm just going to continue on rolling, and making those bundles. In total, I cut all 6 rolls of my Deco Mesh, and I got about 32 bundles. Now we're going to use our wireframe to attach everything, and I'm going to be using the middle 2 wires, and I'm going to start with the cross wire or the intersection. I'm going to flip that wireframe with the face down, and I'm still going to start right at that cross wire and those 2 middle wires. We're going to take our pipe cleaners with that little V shape, and then we're going to make sure that that cross wire and those 2 inside wires are in between those pipe cleaners. And then I'm just going to give it a couple of really good twists there. fold that excess pipe cleaner down, or you can cut it off. And then I'm going to grab my next bundle. I'm going to do the same thing. So that V shape is facing up. I'm going to use the 2 inside wires, make sure they're in between that pipe cleaner, and then we're going to give it a couple of really good twists. You can push that excess pipe cleaner down or cut it off, and then I'm just going to move it closer to our first bundle. And then I'm going to continue on adding those bundles. For this wreath, I'm using 5 bundles per section. So I started off right at the anchor, and then I'm going to add those 5 bundles. Once I get them all in place, twisting my last one here, let's flip it over and see our first section done. So we have that 1 at the anchor and then 5 of the bundles. And look at this, look how beautifully full that looks already. Of course, now I'm just going to finish off doing the rest of my sections. And when I say sections, what I mean is the portion between those cross wires. So where my fingers are, that's one section. I'm going to get 4 or 5 bundles per section in between those cross wires. And again, I'm just going to add those bundles on there. I got 32 bundles out of all the deco mesh. Yours could be completely different depending on how long the mesh is. But for me, I did 32. And here we go, placing my last one down there. Let's flip it over and we have our base wreath already. I'm loving the plaid deco mesh, the orange and that dark brown with some of that gold in there just to add a little bit of shimmer. Love it. Let's create a bow for this. So I am using the 2.5 inch ribbon right now. I'm cutting it at 18 inches. I'm using the 1.5 inch as well. And I'm also going to cut those at 18 inches, and our glittery brown is going to be cut at 18 inches. For that plaid ribbon, which was 2.5 inches, there's 2 pieces cut at 18 inches. My orange and green ribbon, I'm cutting 2 pieces at 18 inches. And that brown glitter ribbon, I'm cutting 3 pieces at 18 inches. Once I have all my cuts, I'm just going to fold the ribbon in half, cut on an angle to create my dovetails, and I'm only dovetailing one end, so it's just one end that we're doing the dovetail on. To start our ribbon, we're grabbing our ribbon, and then we're going to flip it over face side down with the straight edge on the left and the dovetail on the right hand side. I'm going to place a finger right at that 7-inch mark, bring over that straight edge right to the 12-inch mark, and then I'm going to come over to the left 1 inch, and I'm just going to gather that ribbon there. Place that right in between my 2 fingers once I'm done. So you can see here I have the loop at the top and the tail at the bottom, and I'm just going to hold it in my left hand between my 2 fingers. Then I'm going to move on to my next ribbon with the dovetail at the right. Place my finger at the 7-inch mark, bring over the straight edge right to the 12-inch mark, and then I'm going to gather it at the 11-inch mark, place it right in my fingers, and I'm just going to continue on doing the same process over and over again until I have all of my ribbon gathered together to create our little bow. I'm adding my last piece on here now. Now I'm going to tie it all together with a full-length pipe cleaner. I'm just going to wrap that around where my fingers were holding it in place, making sure I have all of my ribbon in there. And then I'm going to spread out my tails with the good side facing down, flip it over, and then you know me, Aunt Dave's recent things, we have to fluff bows. So I'm just going to fluff it up a little bit, but here is our beautiful bow ready for our wreath. For this sign, this is actually a metal sign. It's not a wood sign, and you can't really use hot glue for it because it'll just peel right off, but they did supply us with a couple of holes. So I'm just going to use a couple of pipe cleaners, feed those through the holes, and these are full-length pipe cleaners. And then I'm just going to flip my sign with the good side facing down and twist those pipe cleaners right at the back. So I'm using both holes. I'm doing 2 pipe cleaners for this and twisting them right in place. Then I'm just going to place that right in the center of my wreath, feed those pipe cleaners through the back, and then I'm just going to twist them on there. I'm not cutting them just yet. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to make sure it's all nice and centered how I want it. Just fluff it up a little bit, bring some of those curls to the front, and then once I'm happy, I'm going to twist it really tight and cut off the excess of those pipe cleaners. And again, we're going to do some more fluffing. I pick it up to take a look at it, And now time to add that beautiful bow we just created using the same method. So I'm going to grab those pipe cleaner stems that we attached earlier, feed it through the back, make sure my bow is where I want it placed, and then at this point is when I twist it nice and tight, cut off the excess, flip it over, and what are we going to do now? We're going to fluff that bow. So here is our beautiful curly loop method fall wreath using the Dollar Tree 6-inch deco mesh. There's that plaid, the dark brown, the orange, our beautiful bow with all those various colors and pattern. And this wreath just lets the deco mesh speak for itself. I know in previous videos, some comments have stated that, you know, I'm using too much ribbon, I'm covering up all the deco mesh. So today, this is for you, this video, and this wreath is dedicated to you. A lot of bloopers today, so enjoy. These lights, hot. Ooh, sweating. Shallow, everybody. No, Dave, that did not work. 7 days, 7 wreath. Ugh. Oh my gosh, you would think I say wreaths 156 million times a year, but today I can't say wreath. Yes, you can even say it right now. Coffee helps. Hello, my spooky ghouls. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. No, we don't want that. It was the 7 day, 7th wreath. Come on. Celebrating the Halloween 7 day, 7 free. Of course, today's Oh, I make myself laugh sometimes. It's crazy. Thank you so much for joining me today while I created this curly loop fall wreath. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new project. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.